8:07 is our time. The cryptocurrency market is booming, but some call it the Wild West of finance, rife with risks and scams. As the Senate votes on new crypto legislation today, Gerson Gibbs, senior managing partner at Belite Capital and a former financial watchdog, is here to discuss whether regulation can help us manage the digital frontier and what it means for the future of money. Welcome. Good morning to you, Gerson.
Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me.
You bet. In simple terms, help us out. What is cryptocurrency? Because I know a lot of folks are saying, I hear this crypto. I don't know what that is. And what must the average person know about investing in crypto?
Cryptocurrency, to make it easy, if a dollar is physical mail, cryptocurrency is email,
Yeah.
right? So it's just
That's
digital
totally, I have to
currency.
interrupt you. That's the best definition I have ever heard. Thank you for making it so simple. That is seriously the best I've ever heard.
We're already using some kind of digital asset when we use Venmo, PayPal, so on and so forth. But those things are attached to a bank. This is a little different. There's no bank attachments. It's actually managed by networks, and the networks keep records of how much digital assets you actually own or hold in your name. So that's a major difference, and it's just the evolution of how money is being managed and utilized in the United States and around the world.
But it gives you a little bit more freedom, right? Because I know that people trade Bitcoin around the world. I mean, first of all, it's international. It's like trading gold in essence. Only there's only a limited amount of gold in on the planet, whereas Bitcoin, you can buy shares, I guess, of the existing number of coins. Do I have that right?
Correct, correct. So digital assets definitely makes it easier to transfer money. If you think back in the past, we were using companies like Western Union to transfer money, but now with digital asset, it just cuts the time into fractions and it makes it a lot easier. With regard to investing, it is a unique spin on it because you can use Bitcoins and digital currencies to pay for things, but you can also turn it into an investment vehicle. And that's the issue that we're running into. How is this managed? Is this like a commodity like gold, like you mentioned earlier? Is this cash? Is this an investment product? So that's where a lot of the confusion lies, and they're looking to see who's going to be the regulator that oversees this digital currency space.
Gotcha. And by regulator, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, right? So we don't want people to just invest in like every day. It seems like there's a new coin that comes out. This is called the fart coin. Yes, invest in the fart coin. I mean, you get some young people to come up with these wacky coins, and all
Absolutely.
of a sudden people are making $1 million on it. But then you go to invest and you lose your $1 million, and that's the thing. So that's where it's the Wild West. But I mean, even Trump, right? Even when Trump was came into office, they came out with the Trump coin. I know so many people who were Trump supporters who invested in it. They lost all their money in a day. It never came
They
back
lost
up.
all
It's
of
like it's
it.
been down. That's it.
It's
But now they
about
feel like
it's
they did something good. But how? You lost your
exactly.
money.
It's
So we
about
should talk.
popularity. You
Yes,
know, that
yes.
that's
That's
what
it.
makes the coin go up and go down, opposed to stock when it's this company's sales that impact the value of the stock. With cryptocurrencies is actually the popularity. And with mentioning Trump, Trump at one point and still is a extremely popular guy, but at one point his popularity started skyrocketing, and his family decided to release his coin, and that's when the value went up. And as soon as things started cooling down and normalizing with regard to his brand, that's when the value of the coin went down, and that's when people lost their money. That's actually the most difficult part right now. How do you manage the value of crypto?
And based on that, the Senate is moving forward, right, with the Genius Act. That's what they're calling it to regulate stable coins. But has there been any consensus in the industry or the government on whether cryptocurrencies should at all be regulated? I mean, has everyone kind of said, all right, we need regulation, but minimal? Is that basically where people are at right now?
Well, if we look at what happened with FTX a few years back, it definitely needs to be regulated because, again, it could be a lot of scams and a lot of individuals who are stealing investors' money, right? So it has to be regulation. We see the type of catastrophe, and a lot of banks were leveraged and investing in it, and it appeared so real until it wasn't. So there has to be a little bit of regulation around it because there are scammers and individuals that are out there to do harm to investors. So the government has to intervene to protect those individuals.
Well, the stablecoin market is certainly huge now. I remember like 10 years ago it was unheard of, like, or if anybody started investing in Bitcoin, it was like, what are you nuts? What is that? Now the stablecoin market is projected to grow beyond $2 trillion by 2028. That's according to some estimates. So how big do you think the broader cryptocurrency market is going to become in the next 10 years or so?
I think it's going to be the primary use of money, right? I think it's all going to be digital. If you think about how things go now, I don't keep cash in my wallet. Every time that I go shopping, I either pull out my phone or I'm pulling out a debit card or I'm just making a transfer directly from my phone. We don't really use cash anymore. So I do see the United States or the world transitioning to digital and it just being the primary function of money through digital.
So I can't so I can't pick your pocket and make any money. But did you? I mean, look what just happened to the guy from Italy who was in on. He visited the Wall Street investors. It was crazy. The guy from Italy is worth 30 million in like Bitcoin or something, and he
Mhm.
comes to visit some guys in Manhattan, which is a little. I don't know. The whole thing sounds a little creepy to me. Just my own little opinion.
Yeah.
That's an awful. So yeah, I'm going to fly from Italy to hang out with these two guys in the village, and they're worth 300 million. But apparently, he got tied up, allegedly tied up and beaten because they wanted to get his digital coin password or something. I
Password,
mean,
correct.
we're going to see more of this. God forbid. We hope we don't. But I think as we transition into that kind of an economy, unless we have some kind of regulation and some kind of, penalty for people who do crazy stuff like that, we may see more of that. But that's an aside. Some are calling cryptocurrency the currency of the future. As you pointed out, it's not the future; it's right now.
It is right
And
now.
what used to be right, and it used to be considered speculative, but once it gets properly regulated, it looks like this is here to stay, right?
It's already here and it's already in the financial markets and investors are already investing in it via ETFs. They're just applying the same laws that they're applying to stock, and that's actually the issues because some of the features are different and it's not applicable. The regulation is not applicable. So it's already here. The government is really trying to get their hands around it. The perception is that the government is going to approve it, but it's already here and the government is just figuring out how to manage it, who's going to manage it, what are the penalties, what suitability surrounding these type of products, so on and so forth. So it's already here. The government is trying to catch up. There was a little bit of stall because of President Trump's involvement in the space. So they wanted to make sure that they had laws in place that also regulate what political figures are doing with cryptocurrency. So I know that put a little bit of stall on it, but it's definitely moving forward as of yesterday. And, I hope that they catch up because investors, individual, and the world is eager about making cryptocurrency the primary currency that we utilize.
Amazing. What's a website, Gerson, so people can get more info about you and about investing in crypto, et cetera? What's your website?
Absolutely. My website and my company name is Belite Capital. The website is www.belite, Belite, capital.com.
Belite Capital, Belite, belitecapital.com. Gerson Gibbs, Senior Managing Partner at Belite Capital. So good to have you on. Thank you for being so clear for us because I know a lot of people are still confused about the whole thing with crypto, but you gave us some great explanations. We appreciate you coming on. Come back again, please.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Have a great day.